Hello everyone, this is Justin Dyson and this is MDF term 1410 and this is project 4. So when the app opens, basically you get a web view with this title bar or toolbar, and it just loads this web page for CrossFit Wiley. If you click a link, it will take you to the next page, and you'll notice that the back button is now enabled. If you go back, it will go back and you can't click the back button anymore. And you can keep doing this, kind of keep going forward. And you notice the stop button keeps turning on. Anytime that the page is loading, you can click stop. Well, it's kind of hard to click it because it goes really fast. But you can click stop and it'll make the page stop. If you go the back button is no longer enabled and you can reload. And that is the web view page. And then the second tab has the HTML for the web page, which is actually really lengthy. So that's the app. Now let's take a quick look at the code. Looking at the first view controller, here I just have some variables. I've got everything I need here to actually make the NSURL request, and then I have all my outlets so that I can manipulate the view. In the first view controller.m, all of the URL information is actually loaded in the view to load function here, and then the web view is handled here, where and then here is where the back button is told basically if the web page can't go back, then the back button is disabled. The other functions that I have are going to be the ones that are required for the actual, let's go back here, the NSURL connection data delegate, which I'm only using one in this view, which is the connection method. So basically, moving forward, just have these two which manipulate the buttons when the web view finishes loading and when it starts loading. And then finally, I just have the method for when the buttons are pressed, so it handles it differently. In the second view controller, pretty similar. I just have everything I needed for the URL request to be made, and then an outlet, and then for the text view, the string required for that one. Pretty much similar as the first one. I have the URL request down here, and then in this method down here, I actually change the text string for the text view to be equivalent to the HTML data of the web page. So that's the app. Everything went pretty well. The only thing I'd like to learn how to do, and I'm not entirely sure if it's possible, but I didn't actually want to rewrite this code. I wanted to be able to pass in the data from the first view controller into the second view controller, but I could never figure out how to do that. So that's something I'd like to learn how to do if it's possible. And then the other thing that I want to learn how to do is actually manipulate this string here, because when we were using titanium, we could actually manipulate this data, grab what we wanted from it, not necessarily HTML, but if I were to get a JSON object from a data source, that's what I would like to learn how to do. And I think possibilities are rather endless if you can do that. So thank you, and I'll talk to you guys later.